My name is Priya Nalkorpai, and I'm the founder of the RoundTable Institute. We help leaders and teams maximize their potential. Steve Jobs said that great things in business are never done by just one person. They're done by a whole team of people. But if teamwork is so great, why is it often so painful? It's not because people don't want to do it, it's because they don't necessarily have the skill. They're focused on the outcomes instead of the interpersonal dynamics in the process. They forget to pay attention to how they talk and how they listen to people, and that can erode trust. And trust can erode in a heartbeat. And that's where the pain comes in. If you want to be a great collaborator, there are 5 things you can do. And these 5 things come from my over 10,000 hours of coaching and facilitating and observation with teams and leaders. The first thing is to increase your curiosity. When you increase your curiosity, you're more likely to listen better. And when you listen better, you're going to gain new knowledge and perspectives, which is going to make you more creative and innovative. And when you're curious, you're going to ask better questions, which is going to help other people refine their thinking. And finally, when you're curious, you're more interested in people. And when people feel that you're interested in them, they feel more valued and are more likely to trust you. And that's going to bring greater creativity and greater innovation. The second thing is to decrease your defensiveness. It's normal and natural and even expected to get defensive, especially when people give us hard feedback or when they don't like our ideas. But it's problematic in collaboration. And here's why. Defensiveness lowers your capacity to problem solve and to be creative, which makes it hard to be collaborative. Defensiveness can lower your IQ by up to 20 points, and that's really significant. Finally, and I think this is the worst thing about defensiveness, it invites other people to be defensive as well. When you get defensive, you feel like somebody's attacked you, and so you blame other people and they start to blame you. It infuses all this heat into the system that later needs to be ventilated. The third thing is to become an outstanding observer, and this is actually pretty easy. All you have to do is sit back and observe. And if you can share that, you're going to carry a lot more influence around the table. And here's why. Objective observation is feedback to other people about the process when they are so focused on the outcome. When you share information about the process, they're going to calibrate their behavior to accelerate towards their desired outcome. And it can be as simple as saying, "We're 30 minutes in and only 2 of us have spoken." Or, "Hey everybody, it seems like our energy is really low. Do we need a break?" You can also name emotions, and that can sound like this. "Sounds like you're really frustrated. Should we talk about it?" Or, "Half of us are really enthusiastic about it. Should we go with this?" Just imagine what these short statements can do to the collaborative process. The fourth thing you can do is build your resilience. Resilience is the capacity to overcome obstacles. When you're resilient, you're going to look for possibilities instead of setbacks. You're going to energize the process instead of deflate it. So how do you do this? Simple. Breathe and let go. Focus on recharging instead of pushing through the obstacle. Believe that the team is doing their best. Believe that your team will come to a solution. And my favorite thing about resilience is that it is contagious. So true story. 2 years ago, I worked with a team who really wanted to work on building their resilience. They decided that halfway through a high-stakes meeting, they would go around the room and everybody would share something worth celebrating. Some people celebrated the fact that they got to work with a team. Some people celebrated the fact that they hadn't reached a solution yet. Some people even celebrated the great snacks they had. What this did was it changed people's mindsets. They got more positive, they got more productive, and they had more fun. And number 5, this is my favorite. Put others first. When I say put others first, I mean put their needs, their ideas, their strategies, their voice ahead of your own. When you do this, you have to put your ego second. It means you have to listen better. You have to ask better questions. You have to be curious. It bleeds into all of the other principles of outstanding collaboration. When you put someone first, it feels pretty good. They feel more valued and trusted, and they're more likely to be creative and innovative when they feel that way. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to put others first at your own expense. It means that when you do offer a new idea, you're not going to be as attached to it. So you're going to be okay with mistakes. And that's going to make you more insightful and creative. Okay, let's summarize these 5 outstanding behaviors for collaboration. Number 1, increase your curiosity. Number 2, decrease your defensiveness. Number 3, become an outstanding observer. Number 4, build your resilience. And number 5, put others first. Nobody ever said collaboration was easy, but if you practice these 5 things, I promise it'll be less painful. And it reminds me of a quote by Lucille Ball. She said, "I'm not funny. My writers are funny, my direction is funny, the situations are funny, but I'm not funny. What I am is brave."